Soft, eerie music plays. A black screen fades into a photo of a smiling 6-year-old girl, dressed in a sparkly pageant outfit, her blonde hair glowing under stage lights. The camera zooms in slowly as the narrator begins. On December 26, 1996, a chilling discovery in a quiet Boulder, Colorado, neighborhood shocked the world. A 6-year-old girl, a child beauty pageant star, was found dead in her family's basement. Her name was JonBenét Ramsey, and her murder remains one of the most haunting unsolved cases in American history. What happened that Christmas night? Who could have taken the life of this vibrant little girl? And why, nearly 3 decades later, are we still searching for answers? Welcome to our channel, where we dive deep into the mysteries that keep us up at night. Today, we unravel the tragic story of JonBenét Ramsey. Fades to a snowy Boulder Street, 1996. Visuals of a cozy, upscale home at 755 15th Street. JonBenét Patricia Ramsey was born on August 6, 1990, in Atlanta, Georgia. Her name blended her father's first and middle names, JonBenét, and her mother's first name, Patricia or Patsy. The Ramseys were a wealthy family, living a seemingly perfect life. John Ramsey was a successful businessman, president of Access Graphics, a computer software company under Lockheed Martin. Patsy, a former Miss West Virginia, was a devoted mother who introduced JonBenét to child beauty pageants. By age 6, JonBenét had won titles like Little Miss Colorado and National Tiny Miss Beauty. She was a kindergartner at High Peaks Elementary, a bright child with a love for performing. But behind the glamour, a tragedy was brewing. Clips of JonBenét in pageants, smiling and waving, interspersed with family photos. Christmas 1996 was meant to be joyful for the Ramseys. On December 25th, John, Patsy, JonBenét, and her 9-year-old brother, Burke, returned home from a Christmas dinner at a friend's house. Patsy tucked JonBenét into bed, and the family settled in for the night. But the next morning, everything changed. Dramatized reenactment of Patsy descending a spiral staircase, finding a note. Tense music builds. At 5:52 a.m. on December 26th, Patsy Ramsey called 911, her voice trembling with panic. She had found a 2.5-page ransom note on the staircase, demanding $118,000 for JonBenét's safe return, an oddly specific amount matching John's recent Christmas bonus. The note, written on paper from Patsy's notepad, was signed SPDC and claimed to be from a small foreign faction. Patsy told police JonBenét was missing, and officers arrived within minutes. But what started as a kidnapping investigation would soon take a darker turn. Audio of Patsy's 911 call plays softly. Visuals of police cars pulling up to the Ramsey home. The Boulder Police Department faced their first homicide in 1996, and they were unprepared. The crime scene was mishandled from the start. Only JonBenét's bedroom was secured, allowing friends and family to move freely through the house, potentially contaminating evidence. Officers found no signs of forced entry, raising questions about who had access to the home. Around 1 p.m., Detective Linda Arndt instructed John Ramsey and his friend Fleet White to search the house for anything unusual. They headed to the basement, and that's when the horror unfolded. Reenactment of John and Fleet descending into a dimly lit basement. A door creaks open. In a small cellar room, John found his daughter's body. JonBenét was lying on the floor, covered with a white blanket, her mouth sealed with duct tape, nylon cords wrapped around her neck and wrists. A garrote, made from a cord and a broken paintbrush from the basement, had been used to strangle her. John, overcome with grief, carried her upstairs, further compromising the crime scene. The autopsy revealed a devastating truth. JonBenét had been sexually assaulted, suffered an 8.5-inch skull fracture, and died from asphyxia by strangulation combined with craniocerebral trauma. Her death was ruled a homicide. A somber image of the Ramsey home. Police tape fluttering in the wind. The discovery of JonBenét's body turned a kidnapping case into a murder investigation, and the media frenzy began. Tabloids plastered images of JonBenét in pageant costumes across front pages, sparking public fascination and outrage. Her participation in beauty pageants, where she wore makeup and elaborate outfits, led to accusations that Patsy was a pageant mom living vicariously through her daughter. John Ramsey later insisted JonBenét loved performing, and Patsy, a cancer survivor, cherished every moment with her daughter. Tabloid headlines flash on screen, alongside clips of news anchors discussing the case. Suspicion quickly fell on the Ramsey family. The ransom note raised red flags. It was unusually long for a kidnapping demand, written with a pen and paper from the house, and contained phrases reminiscent of movies like Speed and Dirty Harry. Handwriting analysis was inconclusive, but some experts suggested similarities to Patsy's writing style. The specific ransom amount and lack of forced entry fueled theories that the crime was committed by someone close to the family. John, Patsy, and even young Burke became targets of scrutiny, despite no definitive evidence linking them to the crime. Visuals of the ransom note, zoomed-in handwriting samples, and news clips debating the family's involvement. The investigation was plagued by errors. The Boulder Police Department, inexperienced in homicide cases, clashed with the district attorney's office, which leaned toward the Ramseys' innocence. Critical evidence, like DNA found under JonBenét's fingernails and on her clothing, was mishandled or not tested promptly. In 1997, the police named John and Patsy as suspects, but grand jury in 1999 declined to indict them, citing insufficient evidence. In 2008, the Boulder DA formally cleared the Ramseys after new DNA evidence pointed to an unknown male, not a family member. Yet, public opinion remained divided. Clips of press conferences, DNA testing labs, and courtroom sketches. Over the years, numerous theories emerged. Some pointed to an intruder, supported by an unidentified boot print in the basement and a broken window. Others speculated about a pedophile ring, a disgruntled employee at John's company, or even a random act of violence. One high-profile suspect, John Mark Carr, confessed in 2006, but his DNA didn't match and his story fell apart. The intruder theory gained traction in 2016 when CBS aired the case of JonBenét Ramsey, suggesting a stun gun was used, though this was disputed. To this day, no one has been charged and the case remains open. Montage of suspects' mugshots, crime scene photos, sensitively blurred, and news reports. The Ramsey family faced relentless media scrutiny. Patsy Ramsey passed away in 2006 from ovarian cancer, never seeing justice for her daughter. John Ramsey has continued to advocate for advanced DNA testing, hoping modern technology could identify the killer. Burke, now in his late 30s, has largely stayed out of the public eye but faced renewed speculation after a 2016 interview with Dry Phil. The family's grief was compounded by accusations and conspiracy theories, yet they maintained their innocence. Visuals of John Ramsey speaking at a press conference, Patsy's memorial, and Burke's interview. The JonBenét Ramsey case has left a lasting impact on true crime culture. It exposed flaws in police procedure, the dangers of media sensationalism, and the complexities of child beauty pageants. Books, documentaries, and podcasts have dissected every detail, from the pineapple found in JonBenét's stomach, suggesting she ate shortly before her death, to the mysterious SBTC signature on the ransom note. Yet, the truth remains elusive. Clips from documentaries, book covers, and podcast logos. What makes this case so gripping? Is it the innocence of a 6-year-old girl, lost to unimaginable violence? The eerie ransom note that doesn't add up? Or the fact that, despite countless leads, the killer walks free? Advances in DNA technology offer hope. In 2023, Boulder police announced they were revisiting the case with new forensic tools, but no breakthroughs have been reported. The mystery endures, haunting those who seek justice for JonBenét. Slow zoom on a candlelit vigil for JonBenét, her photo surrounded by flowers. As we reflect on this tragedy, one thing is clear. JonBenét Ramsey was more than a headline. She was a daughter, a sister, a little girl who loved to sing and dance. Her life was cut short, but her story lives on, urging us to seek answers,